And now, the general weather around Alaska.
Hello again and welcome to Friday's show. Up first, we've got fire danger, and up here to the north, along and south of the Brooks Range, actually south of the mountains there, Yukon Flats, still some very high fire danger, high to very high in that area, and then more of a medium to high condition here back to the west, extending all the way out to the NOAA Valley and just about out to the coastline there. Otherwise, around the Nana, maybe in toward the Fairbanks area, still some high fire danger in that area, but looking pretty good everywhere else around the state. And from there, taking a look at the drought monitor, and drier than normal conditions here over the eastern interior from the Yukon Flats there down in the Tanana Valley, also in the central Copper River Basin area. And again, this through Thursday, or the 10th, and yesterday. And also kind of on the dry side there for the southeast coast. And from there, looking at satellite imagery today, a lot of moisture here pushing into the panhandle, but showers tapering off. Conditions are starting to improve here in advance of the next big storm developing right in this area here, the low center back to the west. And a occluded front there, warm front here, and then the cold front down like that. And up to the north, some clouds here over the northern Bering Sea. Low clouds persisting most of the afternoon on out to the Arctic coast over some areas of fog. Again, north of the Brooks Range out to the Arctic coast. A lot of clouds here over the Bering Sea and the Aleutians. And with the clouds out there, low pressure area keeping some scattered showers over the Aleutians, southern Bering Sea. Otherwise, pretty unsettled conditions there on into the Fox Islands. And some rain up to the Alaska Peninsula, mainly on the southern coast. And ahead of this next big developing storm, 980 millibar low there south of the Alaska Peninsula. Up in the interior, kind of a weak 999 millibar low, keeping areas of showers, scattered showers here along the North Gulf Coast into the eastern interior areas. Also some clearing going on. Breaks in the clouds coming in across south central Alaska during the day today. This trough keeping it unsettled and damp and cloudy over the panhandle, but that moving through, you can see off the coast quite a dry area here ahead of this system. It'll be moving in this evening and overnight tonight. And today's thunderstorm outlook, scattered thunderstorms expected here in the central interior, otherwise isolated here in the remainder of the shaded zones. Quite an extensive area of possible isolated thunderstorms here from the northern Bristol Bay area all the way up to the southern slopes of the Brooks Range. And for tonight, rain and wind begin to increase and overspread the panhandle once again late tonight and into tomorrow. Gale and storm force winds ahead of the occluded front move into the western Gulf of Alaska, with gale force winds developing along the North Gulf Coast, along with increasing rain. Otherwise, variably cloudy with diminishing showers over the southern part of the state. Dry with some clearing up to the north, but still areas of smoke in through the Tanana Valley up to the Yukon Flats there tonight into tomorrow morning. And low clouds and fog persist there for the North Slope and Arctic coast. Could be some, could thicken up enough to produce some drizzle there along the central and eastern Arctic coast, along with some pretty good IFR conditions. Chance of showers on the Seward Peninsula, chance of showers for St. Lawrence Island. And down to the west here, still that weak low out there, keeping it unsettled over the southern Bering Sea and portions of the Aleutians. And then for tomorrow, that sinks a little farther south with the shower activity there, but wind's not a factor at all with that feature. Still a chance of showers for St. Lawrence Island. Partly to mostly sunny conditions up here to the north through the high fire danger area there, as you'd expect. Low clouds and fog again for the North Slope out to the Arctic coast. A little breezy there on the western Arctic coast, which probably will keep conditions a little better there as far as flying conditions, higher visibilities and ceilings. And this front pushes gale force winds up to the North Gulf Coast during the day tomorrow, with rain heavy at times from the southern Kenai Peninsula, Prince William Sound, all the way into the northern Panhandle, with lighter amounts of rain down to the south. And then we'll see for thunderstorm outlook for tomorrow, just some isolated thunderstorm activity expected here in the, well, mostly along and just south of the Yukon River Valley, out to the deltas, Kuskokwim Delta, Kuskokwim Valley. Nothing really all that widespread at all expected. Again, just isolated if they occur at all. And then for the day on Sunday, this low tracks northeastward, weakens considerably. The front already moving into Canada, washing out. Still a weak trough. Look for showers for the Panhandle, diminishing. Maybe some clearing in the afternoon down around Prince of Wales Island, even maybe along the central coast. Cloudy, showery with rain continuing along the North Gulf Coast, but lighter rain. And the Kenai Peninsula area, showers diminishing for Kodiak Island. Chance of showers, partly mostly cloudy skies, central interior, drying out up to the north, especially back to the northwest. You can see mostly clear skies here over the northern Bering Sea. Could see a mostly sunny day for St. Lawrence Island on Sunday, as well as the Seward Peninsula and the northwest coast into the North Slope. But out to the west, again, weak low pressure keeps shower chances going from Adak eastward to maybe Nikolsky, but nothing too significant out here over the Bering Sea at all. Just a couple of weak lows, one farther to the north. Lows tonight, upper 30s to lower 40s for the Arctic coast, 40s in the North Slope, otherwise 50s here over the interior areas, mid 40s for the Copper River Basin, and mostly in the 50s for the Panhandle, and 40s out over the Bering Sea Aleutians, near 50 for the Alaska Peninsula. And for the highs tomorrow, 70s, lower to mid 70s over the interior areas, maybe 75 to 77 or so from Fort Yukon over toward Bettles. But notice the 70s all the way out to the Noatak Valley there, 60s along the coast, cooler 40s and lower 50s on the Arctic coast, and 60s south central Alaska, and 60s for Bristol Bay as well, 50s for the Aleutians, and 60s for the southeast coast. Followed by lows in the 50s again for the Panhandle, 40s and lower 50s here across southern Alaska, and upper 40s to near 50 for the Alaska Peninsula, as well as the Aleutians, mostly in the 40s there. And now 30s a little more widespread, at least the upper 30s, 35 to 40 from the Brooks Range out to the Arctic coast, and in the 50s for the central and western part of the state. Highs on Sunday, again with more sunshine out here, 70 to 75 for the Noatak Valley near 70, 70 to 75 for the Kobuk-Selawik Valley areas, near 70 there for the Koyukuk Valley down to Tanana, and near 70 over the eastern part of the state, but cooler, 70 for Fairbanks, 62 for possibly Nenana, and 60s south central Alaska, Susitna Valley, Copper River Basin,